Add him in. I'm trying to do something. Welcome, welcome, welcome on the show. How is everyone doing? Can you see me clearly?
I can see you clearly. I can see you and hear you very
Really?
clearly. Yes.
I can't see myself, but if you can see me, that's okay then.
I like the
Amazing.
outdoors. It's so beautiful. What's that behind you? Is that the balcony?
Yeah.
It's so nice. I love it. I love it. Demi, how are you going?
I'm really, really excited. I'm happy that I could join you. It's
Thank you
been a
so much.
while. I've been
Yes.
missing out on the show. So really grateful that I could join you today. I thought I'll do everything to be able to join. Yeah, it's been extremely busy,
I can imagine.
but it's all done. It's all done and dusted now. So my father has been laid to rest
Thank you,
peacefully,
Lord. Thank you, Lord.
and it was amazing. It was amazing. Uh, Even though you have to shed a little bit of tears here and there when you know that this is it finally. So if you come to this home, father is no longer there, especially when you had a father who is always extremely protective, so you get away
Wow.
with everything. Sometimes you're exhausted and you don't want to say hello to people. My father will say, come on, just go, you don't need to say hello, you go. But now that my father was not there, I have to say, hello sir, hello ma, hello ma, hello ma. And then they hold you down and they talk to you for so long. People that are from my place, they will understand what that means. You have to
Yes.
talk to everyone and they have to greet
Yes.
you and hold you and touch you. I mean, sometimes you're exhausted, but all in all, it was beautiful. Lot of surprises.
I
Lots
can
of
only
surprises.
imagine.
Oh my gosh. I will have to share, you know, instrumentally as we go. But lot of surprises. All in all, it was beautiful. Um, so I'm sure, for the benefit of the people that might not know, that I lost my dad 2 months ago, and he's been in the mortuary all this time. So we've only just buried him. Um, the wake keeping was fine, the church service was fine, and he looked really good. He looked the same, very fresh, not
Amazing.
no, very fresh, very good in 2 months, and
Wow.
he was handled. He was treated beautifully, and so Papa is gone. All his children were mostly they were there,
Mhm.
they were there, and yeah. So I'm grateful now. It's okay.
Wow, wow, Timmy. You know what? This is one of the most important things that I wanted to discuss with you. Maybe now is not the right time
Yeah.
to be able to ask you all the questions that I'd love to ask.
Any
Because
question?
it's very fresh and it's very real, so real for you. And also, maybe we'll do a very special show when you get home to ask you about this whole experience and what you
Yes.
had to go through in order to have that kind of burial and that kind of service for your dad to be honored and to be cherished that way. So I'd love to ask you so many questions. I'll wait till we have a special show for that. But in the meantime, I am so glad that you are, happy, and I'm so glad that you're at peace. You know, that's
Very
that's a
much.
big step. That's a humongous step. I'm really glad that you are able to share, and I can tell that you're at peace. You're
very
not
much.
suffering, you're not at pain. You are very much at
Mm.
peace. And that peace, where does that come from? Where does that come
The
from?
peace, I think it's very simple. I think the peace comes from the fact that I had a relationship with him. I had a very cordial and neat relationship with him. And also the fact that my father was a very strong man. My father was not weak at all. He wasn't afraid. He was never afraid of anything. So I knew that if he was alive, he would be telling me, "Buckle up, sit up. It's fine. I'm fine." So
Mm,
the peace I believe comes basically from that, knowing that he was a strong man and he wasn't
mm,
afraid, you know, and also the fact that till the last minute I was on FaceTime with him every day, and we were very close. And I think
mm,
as a father and a daughter, we had a good relationship, and we
mm,
had some serious relationship, and I'm very happy. And I think that's where the peace comes from. It's okay. I've done all that I could do. Bible says when you've done everything that you could do, you stand there for. So stand still and know
mm.
that is God. So I'm good. I'm really good.
That is so good. And the support of the family as
Mhm.
well is amazing. You have an extremely supportive family, thank God.
I don't know if it was my internet here. I will not be surprised if it was to be my internet again. But on and off.
Mm,
So
that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, so internet might be an issue. However, it's fine. It's all good. Is Liz coming? Is she waiting to come in? Temi, can you hear me?
am I stable now from your end?
Well, it was coming in and out, but right now I can see you, and I think I can hear you. All right. So, is Liz coming to the show? Maybe she's not.
Liz may be joining us. Or
Yeah. So I was just asking if you
mm,
wanted to go, and I will take over with her since the internet isn't very well.
I'm trying to pick what you're saying. I'm trying to
Okay,
pick what you're saying.
that's all right. That's all right. So it's okay. Look, I understand that the internet will be falling in and out, and it might not be stable
Is this
for
my
us.
internet that is messing us up?
Yes, yes, I think it's the internet. Oh, it's a shame that I can't hear you well, and I can't hear your response as well. That's okay. That's all right.
All right. ID, you might be talking, but I can't hear you.
Okay. So, what would you like to do? Would you like me to just start talking about the topic, or what would you like me to do? Hello. Okay. I think we have lost the connection with Temi because she is just not able to have a stable internet connection. Now, I'm not sure if I'm actually live now because if she loses her internet, that means that I have lost the connection as well. Okay, so I think it's just me at the moment, and I will just go ahead and tell you all what I wanted to say about this topic, because it's something that I've been thinking about, something that I've been searching about, something that I've been practicing, and I've been, trying really hard to find peace in my heart about this topic. And the topic of today that I really wanted to explore was forgiveness. Now, what is forgiveness? What is forgiveness? Is forgiveness letting someone off the hook from their bad doing? Is that forgiveness? Is forgiveness, forgetting about someone's bad intentions, someone's, bad doing in our lives, someone's hurt for us? Is that forgiveness? Is forgiveness something like it's a decision? Do we decide to forgive? Is it a choice? Is it a journey? Is it the fact that I'm gonna tell someone that I forgave them? Is it that I'm gonna stop thinking and gonna stop talking about what hurt me in the past? Is forgiveness any of that? Is that forgiveness? Could that be forgiveness? Or is forgiveness something else totally? Well, during my years of awakening now, because I think I was asleep for many years, and I woke up when I think about 5 years ago, around 5 years ago, I started to wake up. And when I did, I started thinking about one of the things that was holding me hostage, holding me down. And that thing was my ability to let go, my inability to forgive, my inability to empty that space in my heart, to let something that happened in the past or someone that hurt me in the past to be free. So that's the big question now. Are you back, Temi? Can you hear me? Yeah, I think Temi can hear. She's coming on. So till Temi settles down and then she starts hearing me, what I wanted to say was, is forgiveness something that I give others, or is it something that I give myself? I'd love to, if I can see your comments. I don't know if I can see your comments, but I'd love to actually hear from you and know from you what you feel about that. Is forgiveness something that we gift ourselves, or is it a gift that we give others? So the fact is, people will only do what makes sense to them. And it doesn't mean that it will make sense to us. People will, hurt someone sometimes. People might do that. And, you ask yourself, why did they do that? They didn't know, or they haven't figured out that this actually hurts. Why did this person say this? And I was really hurt from that sentence they said, or I was really hurt from that deed they did. And, we ask ourselves, why? Why would someone intentionally hurt us? Why would someone intentionally, do something that is mean to us? Why would someone do that? What is the point when someone decides to hurt us and harm us intentionally? Well, there's few points that I really wanted to raise here. And the first thing is, hurt people hurt people. Now that's a fact. People are going to hurt you, not because they want to hurt you, or not because that you deserve to be hurt. People might hurt you because they are hurt. People hurt people because they are originally hurt. And that's the only reason why they go around and hurting other people. So that's fact number one. Fact number two, people will only do what makes sense to them. And that doesn't mean that it might make sense to you, or it will make sense to you. So they will do what makes sense to them. And having, this to make sense to you, that doesn't matter. So someone will feel like it's fair enough that they take your things, or take your stuff, or take your money. It's fair enough that they steal. It's fair enough that they do this or do that. It's fair enough that something. So it doesn't mean that it will make sense to you. And it doesn't mean that you will feel that it is fair enough from your side. It doesn't mean that. But to them, that makes sense. All right. It makes sense that two brothers or two sisters, or two very good friends have a fight over something, and then one walks away and doesn't want to come back. It doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to them. Now, you trying to make sense of their sense, now that is not sensible. Okay, so if you try to make sense of someone else's sense, that's not your job. That is not your job. That is not your place or space. What you need to do, what might really help you, is that you look within, look inside you, and empty that space inside you of that pain. So forgiveness is not forgetting. Because the fact is, you may never forget what happened. Something happened and you try to forget. The more you try to forget it, by the way, is going to make it more evident and more congruent inside your memory bank, and you will never be able to let go of it. So don't try to forget, because it's not going to happen. Don't try to forget an incident, because you will remember it, okay? Just don't try to forget. Don't try to do something that is not possible. Whatever you're trying to forget, there is a psychological fact. They say whatever you suppress will be expressed. So if you try to forget something and you're trying so hard to do that, it will never be forgotten. It will be even more evident, and it will come up in your memory all the time. So don't try to forget something. what you can do and what you can try is to start denying the pain that this incident or that person has caused in you. Okay, and therefore the memory will come again, but it will come minus the emotion and the pain. So forgiveness is amazing. Forgiveness is great. Forgiveness is very, very, very strong. If you forgive, you're a very strong person. And that gift is not given to the other person. It's a gift that you give to yourself. It's a space that you empty in your world. Nature doesn't like void, by the way. So whatever you empty is going to be filled. And it's going to be filled with what? It's going to be filled with compassion. Compassion. You know, I was hurt from different situations in my life, from different people. You know, I decided that whatever they did meant that I was hurt. So I did get hurt in the past. And I do get hurt now. It's not like something that I've done and dusted and it's never going to happen again. It does happen. Sometimes I do get hurt from things that happen, around me, from other people. But I decide to, to work on that. I decide to work, I choose, that's even a better word. I choose to let go of the pain and to welcome more space in my heart and my being for more loving, more compassion, more amazing situations and people to come into my life. To be able to let go of that place, I will be able to welcome more of what I want. So it's a shame that we didn't have Temi or Liz with us today, but I just wanted to come and talk to you about forgiveness. So July the 7th this year was Global Forgiveness Day, and that's why I really wanted to talk about that today. And forgiveness is one of the most amazing, freeing things that you can do in your life. It's a beautiful feeling when you can, empty that place inside you that was holding grudges or holding resentment against someone or something. And then when you do forgive, you feel so powerful and you evolve to the next level of your own being. And that is so magical. So today, I'd like to invite you to think about the situations and the people that you haven't forgiven. And guess what? The first person that you need to forgive in your life is yourself. Sometimes, I was actually talking to my mother today because she saw that post on Facebook that I put about forgiveness, and she was asking me this, she asked me a question and then I answered her. I can't remember what was the question that she asked, but I answered her. I said, sometimes forgiving is a lot more painful than the actual incident that happened. And it's true. Sometimes us holding on to a specific emotion is part of our identity, and letting go of that is not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy to let go of pain that I held in my heart for 10 years or 20 years or God knows how many years. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It becomes part of me. It becomes part of my identity, and then the ego holds so tight. The ego holds so tight onto it. And letting go is becoming not an option because it's painful. It's painful. It's painful to let go of that. It's part of me. How can I let go of it? And so forgetting is not an option. As I said, forgiving is becoming even more painful than the actual incident that happened 20 years ago, then what do we do? So that's why it's we get a lot of freedom when we do decide, when you do choose to let go of that pain. So it's not letting go of the person or letting them go of the hook. It's denying the pain to have access to hold you hostage. That's what forgiveness is, in my opinion, anyway. So today I would like to invite you to think about all the incidences and all the people that you were holding grudges against and resentment in your heart. And start looking at what would you be like? How would you feel like if you let that go? How much freedom would you feel? How much strength and power you will actually have? And start working on it. It's a journey, and it's a beautiful journey, and it's a journey within. And it is so beautiful to be able to, see yourself free of that pain. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm gonna go now, and hopefully next week we'll have Demi and Liz with us. And have a good night to you all, and hope that I can receive some messages about this topic of freedom from, pain, forgiveness. So let's talk about that. Let's keep the conversation going. Have a lovely night and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye bye for now.